Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday night, and we're a little bit late, but you already know we got to give full props to the finale. We're going to be talking all things House of the Dragon, going deep into the Westeros. And my two traveling partners, as usual, we got the real Targaryen of them all, Phantom D. What's good tonight?
Bro, we going to war, man. We are going to war.
It is on. Absolutely. Oh, what's up, AK Niece? What are we doing tonight?
A little bit under the weather, actually, but
Uh-oh.
I'm working it out.
Well, we hope you feel better soon. Get better. Take care of yourself. I
Thank
hope you're
you.
ready for it because tonight we're going to be talking about the House of the Dragon finale, and this one's called Alicia Kingston. Oh, we getting down. This one's called the Black Queen. Luke is staring at. We start out with Luke is staring at a not yet painted table, fleeting, and he's like fretting with all the teenage angst over the thought of being Lord of Driftmark. And he's not wrong. If he truly gets greensick before he even leaves the harbor, that's not exactly going to garner a lot of respect from the King of Tides. Like, does this boy have any business whatsoever sitting the Driftwood throne, AK?
I think he definitely needs training, but that's the thing. He's young. He is absolutely a very green boy. I think with proper guiding and training, he could actually be good at it.
I don't know. Can you train out of seasickness? I mean, it's
I
hard to
think
be
he
Lord
could.
of the Tides and get greensick.
So how much tides does he is he actually going to have to weather? At right now, realistically, anyways.
I
So
mean, look, if
I don't think it's something that he has to necessarily see as a handicap right now. There's tons of people that travel that still have motion sickness and different types of ailments like that. So I think it could be manageable. Maybe not trained to not have it, but I'm sure it could be better managed. And a lot of it is his nerves right now and his insecurity in himself. So I think given time, he could, work past that.
That's my guess. It's like, does he truly have it, or he's just like nervous to just take up that mantle as the Lord of the
Exactly.
Tides right now?
I don't think so. When he says he gets green sickness before he even leaves the harbor, that just tells me he's seasick. Viserys got seasick. Viserys hated the ships. So it sounds like he takes after his grandsire in every way. But
Yeah, but
on the
before
flip
that, sorry, at the funeral before that, he was saying he didn't want it first for a different reason because he was thinking, well, that means like people will be dead or like everybody will die if it actually comes down to me. And I'm like, no, I think he's very insecure. He needs to just buck up a little bit.
that's true. And on the flip side, he doesn't really even ever have to take a ship. He could just keep an eye on him from the sky, riding his dragon around because he doesn't get
Exactly.
sky sickness. So
Hmm.
he's got that going for him. Oh,
See, that's a good point because he doesn't have that sickness when he's on Alex.
yeah, not no air sickness, just a seasickness. What's up? We got some absolute legends in the chat. I see Peter Griffin out there. We got Alan Vanderson out there, the Imagination Realm. What's up? We got Jake Cruz in the house. Oh, we got Lottie V out there. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Oh, we're gonna be talking all things dragon. Can't wait to get into it. What everybody think about the finale out there? Oh, we got Val 287. Welcome. Good to see you out there.
Chat room IT.
Oh, we got them all in the house. Yep, can't wait. He said paint is moot. That is even better. That thing is dope. Oh man, did anybody not go awe when little Luke called his mommy perfect? Like that was so adorable. Like
Adorable. I started to laugh when he said that.
actually it was a little too adorable. Like why do they suddenly make us catch feels for him? Like what are they about to do to this little boy?
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
that's
get
kind of
it
how you know
though.
it's coming.
I didn't get it though. I was like, okay, we're getting some more screen time of Luke. Okay, this is good. We needed some more screen time. I did not expect him to die. I honestly did not.
Oh, ooh. I know our book
Oh
readers are
shit! I
ready.
forgot you haven't. I forgot you haven't read the books. I was about to say, wait, what?
I know everybody like, wait a minute, but yeah, we got Phantom just stone cold staying
I
with the show.
forgot.
I know all
Yeah.
my book readers were like ready for it, but yeah, they just had me instantly like, ooh, they're setting this up a little too well. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Rhaenys arrives on Dragonback, and she comes in with zero chill. Like Rhaenys tries to start with some pleasantries, or Rhaenyra tries to start with some pleasantries, and Rhaenys just blurts out, "The series is dead." I was like, "Damn, can we get a hello first?" Jesus.
No.
Nah, this is a moment where it's like, okay, enough of the pleasantries. I know you want to do the greetings, but shit's literally about to go down like ASAP. Your
Oh
I mean,
man.
pops is
also, it's
dead. You're freaking. They crowned someone that's not you. Like they're pretty much gonna go after you and your kids. So you better call up the banners. Get the
exactly.
dragons. Let's go.
No time to
Yeah,
play.
it's not like she's going to talk to a stranger. No, she's going to talk to her family. So now here we go. A, B, C, D. This, and this is happening. What we about to do next?
If I was his dad and said I was perfect, I would wonder what he did wrong this time. It was a sweet moment, Peter. It was a sweet moment. Oh man, did you see Damon's head snap when he heard his brother had died? Like, oh man,
All he saw was red. He was
He
like,
loved his brother.
"Oh, he's dead. They killed him." Instantly, he's like, "They killed him. They killed him." Like,
instantly had no questions. Like they murdered
Mhm.
him and usurped his throne. Like, ooh, he was ready right out the gate. He wasn't buying any of it. You know he's ready. When Rhaenyra heard the news, it almost seemed like she was thinking a lot more like, "Here we go, it's Queen time." Than, "Oh, my dad just passed." I don't know. How'd you feel about that, AK?
Um, yeah, I don't think her first thought was, "Oh, it's time for me to be queen." But yeah, she had a very somber look on her face. Her father just died. That's a little more important, I think, than I'm about to be queen. But then that other bomb drops, and yeah, so they crowned Aegon, and that I think is when she has to like force herself to snap back and pop back in. Like, wait, excuse me, huh? And that's where the actual planning sessions begin.
Oh man, J. Cruz got it right though. It's like, what is this? Isn't my war? You just busted out through the floor and stared them down. Had your dragon all scream in their face. Like they're coming for you too, Rhaenys. They're not happy with you that you left. You were basically a prisoner and got out. So they're not happy with her either.
See, and that's the thing. I think it was Damon that asked, like, "Oh, they let you leave?" No, they didn't let her leave. She escaped.
what did you
So
question?
she,
I would have questioned it like 20%. Like they just let you leave with the
you
dragons.
you you would question Auntie Nisi? This woman has
I
done
would
nothing but
I
be
would
one of the most honest people in the whole set for
I
these
would
10
question it.
episodes.
I would question it a tad bit. I would question it. It's like they let you go after you were a prisoner.
Well,
Uh,
they didn't know that she was being held there though.
I thought she said that she was being held for 2 days or something like that.
Yeah, she told him once
She
then.
said that after. I didn't think she'd said that before. Oh, they let you go. No, I mean, but still, you can't mistake that. It's not. They didn't let her go anywhere.
Yeah,
Had
exactly.
it been, if they would have had their wishes, she would still be locked in that room. So no, nobody let her go. She escaped. And I know Damon is grieving and he's highly upset. He don't deal well with emotions at all. But check yourself, Damon. It's few times you fumble in this whole episode.
What do you
That's
think?
Damon.
Lottie V says Allison did hold that cup up to Viserys' lip a little too long for her. Do you feel like she overdid her husband's milk of the poppy? You think there was a little foul play there? Did they send Viserys out a little before his time? What do you think, Phantom?
Nah, natural causes.
I mean, he was looking pretty British. He looked like it was time to go one way or the other.
From her side, I don't think that was from her side. I think it is still, though, a part of her father's machinations and the Grand Maester conspiracy. I think they've slowly been poisoning him for years.
That could be.
Orwell is the only reason that he stayed alive for this long.
You think so?
Yeah, but Orwell isn't the only one that gives him those treatments, though. It's very easy to still overdose him in little increments. Because remember, that's why he was stopped when he first came in. He said he had some different things to try that could help. And the other guy, I forget his name, other guy that died, said, no. The worms have always brought us great some like freedom or lessens his pain or something or other like that. But they did absolutely nothing for him. He kept getting sicker faster. But Orwell coming in with those new treatments slowed it down a little bit.
It could have been. I like that. Oh man, yeah, that was crazy. Like I don't know, Queen Rhaenyra kind of seemed like she was thinking a little more. It's queen time to be queen, but I don't know. I'm sure she had everything going through her head right then. I mean, hearing your king, you're going to be queen. It's your dad. Like, what's going to happen next, and all the things. Yeah, you'd have a lot going through her mind. So I'm sure she was like just trying to process it all, especially when she got that second round of news that Aegon had been named successor. Woo! Then her head snapped back. Excuse me, what was that you said? Like, no, you did not say my throne got usurped. She was hot. Oh, but ended up being the coolest head of all of them. That was crazy. We're gonna get into it. That was so much of a gut punch. It actually sent her into early labor, and that was crazy. Is it right for Jace to beat on Luke so hard in sword practice fandom? Even the Kingsguard was like, "Yo, he's up a bit, kid."
Nah, he needed that. He needed a wake up call. He's like, yo, you know how tough it's gonna be out here in this real world. So he needed it now than later.
Trying to give him those lumps and get him ready for it. What do you think, AK was? I mean, is he ever going to be a warrior? Does he even need to learn the sword, or is he just?
No, he absolutely needed to still learn the sword. I mean, look at Daemon. Daemon's good with the sword in his hand, and he's also good on Dragonback. Laenor, as far as we've seen, is good on Dragonback. We didn't get to see him doing any fighting, but I have to assume he has the training. I mean, he was the son of the Sea Snake. I don't think he just was out there dilly-dallying with the sword. I'm pretty sure he knew how to handle himself. But that's it's one of my favorite memes for this whole season. Them boys had 3 daddies, and none of them taught them how to fight appropriately.
Oh, messed up.
I mean, Jace was making up for it. You know, he's been putting in some extra time at the gym. But yeah, little Luke, I think he absolutely needed to be snatched up. You are too old to not know how to do some of these things. You're getting knocked over by simple moves, my guy. This is Sweet Robin learning how to hold a damn sword, training in the Vale all over again. You got to get your shit together, especially now. We're at war.
Yeah, if Daddy Strong would have been able to stay around, he would have got them straight. He would have made sure they were properly trained. The boys get summoned to their mother so she can tell them that their grandsire is gone. And did you notice as soon as she told them how fast that gray rat went running out of the room? You cannot tell me that there's not a Maester conspiracy in play right now. As soon as he heard that news, he was out of there. And it was the family that knew first. So, yeah, as soon as he got that news, you know he was bouncing, sending ravens somewhere. Do not trust these ravens.
Who would he be sending ravens to, though? Because if he was fully a part of it, wouldn't he have already gotten the memo to make sure, like, if you hear any of the servants walking around there talking any type of shit to get to Rhaenyra's ears or Daemon's ears, stop them. He looked a little bit, I mean, he ran out the room, but he also looked a little bit surprised.
Well, he's the one that's been on Dragonstone with all these people. So, yeah, I mean, they were probably waiting for the guy to die. And as soon as the king died, then they had, time to kick in the next phase of the plan. So he heard the king died, time to go kick in that next phase of the plan. Send them ravens. Okay, what are we doing next? What do you want me to do with these people? You want me to poison them? Where are we at? What's going on?
See, if that was the case, I would say then they would have already had to have those plans enacted. He shouldn't have had to go and ask for direction. That's why I'm just sketchy of thinking that he might have been a part of it. I don't know that he was.
Dewsbury and Orwell was probably the only ones in the castle on the Viserys side. I wish he could have gotten out too. Yeah, I'm sure he had a few other people, but yeah, he was definitely closed in. He had he had blades on all sides of him. That was brutal hearing Rhaenyra just scream out in pain for Daemon while she was having this here. Oh my god! Even the Kingsguard was like, "Yo, do you need a minute? Maybe go holler at the master for a sec." Like Daemon just gives him that evil glare, like, "Don't talk to me." I was like, "What?" Like Daemon.
Go back and watch that scene again. It's almost a blink and you miss moment, but he does cringe a little bit hearing her scream like that. And I don't think he's doing any of that to be malicious, but he has his own PTSD from seeing what happened with Lena. And he's seeing this situation unfold in almost the exact same way. He does not want to put himself in the room again to even hear the question of whether do you want to save your wife or the child or whatever other bad things could be coming. He doesn't know how to deal with heavy emotion like that too well. So he kind of shuts in on himself and then turns to anger very quickly. And we get a big shot of that throughout the whole episode. So I don't think it's him just not giving a fuck like people, a lot of fans I've seen saying. I think he legit is PTSD, and he's also grieving too. Absolutely. She lost her dad, but he lost his brother.
One he loves more than anybody in the world, probably. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing that take into account. Like his grieving just as much as anybody else, maybe more.
Yep.
Absolutely. Oh, that little I hate that little sign that comes up, the little arrow telling me it's going to start shaking a little bit. Hang in there. Hopefully it'll get better. Oh, then he gives some. Damon gives some orders that Jace tries to quash real quick, and we see the power balance of men and women in action. Like Rhaenyra gave orders as queen, and the men are all like, "Yep, Damon. Anything else we should be doing?" So I was like, "Yeah, we see the power and balance. Like this is your queen, and we still got Damon at the helm running things right out of the gate."
Kudos to Big Baby Jace. That's why he came in like, excuse me, but my mom said.
Yeah, no,
I don't care what you talk about, Uncle Daddy. You gonna calm that down right now.
And everybody else looked at Jace, looked over at Damon, said, "Anything else we need to do, Damon?" Like you saw where the men's fealty was. That was kind of a trip.
Yeah, but it didn't get done though, did it?
Yeah. They sent those ravens. They did actually go out and do it.
They sent ravens, but that's it. Damon wants bloodshed like almost immediately. You don't get that.
I know it's natural in nature at work, but I cannot handle these birthing scenes. Like I literally had to turn away a few times on this one. Like
this whole damn show. Like I said in a previous stream, it's like I expected House of the Dragons, all these damn birth scenes, and oh my gosh,
birthing ridiculous. She's all screaming, "Get out, get out!" And then blood and guts just splashing and squirting all out on the floor. Oh, that scene was just shot a little too well.
So brutal.
God. Yeah, that was nuts. I was not ready for all that. I can just imagine that sent people into some shock therapy. I also love seeing like Syrax roaring when Rhaenyra screamed out in pain. Her dragon was going through it as well. That was kind of terrible. I like the way they shot
that symbiotic relationship.
That was clean. But when that dead baby flopped out onto the floor, I was done. I was just like, that was so brutal and gruesome. I was just out of it by then. Like, this has got to stop. Come on. So brutal. What's up, chat? What do we think of that birthing scene? I was dying.
I was wondering if it was gonna live, but then the way I would just like hit the floor, I'm like, if that freaking baby like survived,
if it ever had a chance, it didn't have it once it came out. Like you could have put, one of them ladies in the corner there with like a catcher's mitt at least, so the kid doesn't fall onto freaking heavy stone and crack the head open.
Oh, they're like, "Let us help you, princess. Let us help you." Like she wasn't having it. Why wouldn't she let him help? What was that all about?
Who knows? I mean, the only reason she's in this labor is because of grief and anger. And when those two emotions hit strong, it has effects on the body, especially if you're late in your pregnancy. It can make it very dangerous, and that's exactly what happened here.
So brutal. And then when she was wrapping it up, still all bloody and goopy, I was like, "Did somebody get this woman a pail of water and a washcloth?" Like, my God.
She told them not to, though. She wanted to handle it herself.
Oh, okay, not help with the birth, but now it's done, and now she's just sitting there with bloody, goopy baby. Like, can we get this woman a wash rag? Like, that whole scene was just so gnarly. It was too much.
R.I.P. to baby Visenya.
I'm telling you. Oh, baby. That's exactly as they give Visenya her final farewell and Knight of the Kingsguard approaches. Hey, it's Brother Daryl. I was just like, check him out. And when he dropped to a knee and swore fealty to Rhaenyra, I don't think anybody was more in their feels than Damon when he broke out that crown. Like, he looked down on that crown and wanted to put it on so bad, but then he looked up at Rhaenys and was like, "You know what I'm feeling." And then he was like, "All right, she made it through, so I will too. And let me go ahead and crown the one true queen." That was pretty tight when she got it. And it was a lot better fitting on her head than Aegon's crown was.
Man, a tear went down my face when that happened. I was like, damn, this is really happening? Right? This is really happening?
That was so sick.
The coolest thing about that, I think, is, when that first set of Kingsguard that came over, Daemon was very cut and dry with them, and he made them re-swear their oaths. When good twin Eric came over, not only did he come and not have to be told to bend the knee and reaffirm any oaths, he came with gifts.
Absolutely.
He pulled that out right away, dropped right down. "Yo, my queen, I'm here. I got you."
Right?
They tried to hide this, but here you go. I know your daddy would want you to have this, so here you go. You have my sword. And that just chef's kiss on that scene.
Oh, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Everything about it was just dope. Oh, they didn't even name the baby on the show, but we all know what that baby's name is.
We all know what that baby name is.
We know. They ain't hiding anything. Absolutely. She had 3 kids already. How are they going to help her? I mean, when you're pregnant and you needed to get something like that out, I think they could help a lot. Like, that whole scene was so brutal. Oh, what's up, Why So Curious? Welcome back. Good to see you again. Yeah, it was just that was a wild one. That was a wild one.
Yeah.
Did we notice how everybody actually bent the knee for Rhaenyra when they were out there? When Aegon and like everybody was out there bending the knee, but for Aegon, everybody barely like bowed their head. But they got
What do you mean, everyone? There was one person that didn't.
One person
Oh,
that did
I
it
know.
very purposely, and I
I
think there's two
understand,
good reasons
but
she did it.
I know one. I can give one good reason. You have two? What's one
I have
reason?
two.
Because her husband. I give that one
Exactly.
reason. So what's your second
Exactly.
reason, again?
Uncle C and Auntie Nisi don't make a move without the other. So unless extenuating circumstances prevail, like him being in grief and not knowing how to deal with that, so he ran away for 6 years. But she was waiting to talk to Corlys and make sure that this is the track he still wanted to stay on. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is Rhaenys, at that point in time, it might seem disrespectful to a lot of folks, but if you look at her face and you look at her eyes, that tells all the story you need to tell. She has a lot of respect for Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra, you see Rhaenyra looked at her. She noticed that shit. And she
Never
didn't
spoke
say a thing
didn't speak on it.
because she gets it. One woman who is queen to the woman that should have also been queen. That mutual respect, they get it. So that there's never any beef. There's no beef there at all.
Let's not get too crazy. I think one of the main reasons she didn't bend that knee is she didn't know which way she was going to go because
That's what I said. That's because she hadn't talked to Corlys yet.
well, it
They
wasn't
got to
even
work all
really-
that out.
It was still the fact that she knows this woman was implicit in her son being gone, and she has never forgiven her for it. So there's still a little ill will there, absolutely. But yeah,
a
that's
little,
why
a little ill will there, yes. But I mean, for that moment there, the smile that she was given, and again, kudos to Eve Best. Eve Best had some of the best face acting for this whole series. I don't think it was anything really malicious behind that, honestly.
Yep. And that was the next line in here. Just, well, almost everybody couldn't help but notice Rhaenys never knelt because, yep, she is not having it. Not yet. She's like, you killed my son. I don't know. You're lucky my grandchildren are still involved, and that's the only thing saving me. That's the only reason I think they came to the black side is because of their grandchildren. I like them showing how few swords they had when they were placing them on that table when they're all coming in. Like, just a handful of swords. Like, we are way down people, but we got dragons.
We got dragons.
How
Man, I
dope
want that damn table though. And it
That's
was
what I
like,
was-
Son, like
How
me
dope
and
that
Meeks were
table
talking
was.
about that last night. Whoever is like the first to get a real good replica with either like some LED lights or maybe like
Even
some
fire.
fluorescent resin so it like glows in the dark or something like that, they gonna make bank on that
Oh,
easily.
that was so dope. That looks so tight. And when they put
It
that
really
fire under
did.
and lit it up, like also just like once they put the fire under it, like the imagery of showing like all of Westeros on fire, like dragons are about to get it, y'all.
Bruh.
Be ready. I love that. And
And
speaking
also,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, just real small thing. How horrible it is that the table has that effect on it has been lost because we never see that happening in Game of Thrones. They have to put candles all up around the room to make sure the damn map is lit enough to be able to be seen. Nobody thought to put a candle under the table though, so it could look as cool as this.
Absolutely. Oh, we got another legend that just hit the chat. Welcome back, Iron Throne. Always great to see you out there.
Sir Ion, always a pleasure.
Just
The
love
Targassian, stop it.
Yeah, Rhaenys was about to bounce out and leave until she saw a girl going into miscarriage. Like she's like, all right, let me stick around and see what happens with this. She is queen after all.
Hmm?
I thought the swords were like a coat check. They kind of were, but I don't know. I think they were doing a count, and I think they were just kind of showing us that imagery to show that we do not have very many soldiers. We need help.
Yeah.
Yep, the guards didn't take a knee either. They have to stand guard just in case anything's going. Always on red alert. So yeah, the guards didn't kneel either.
They had a reason. That was their job. So
Rhaenys has to watch how Rhaenyra has moved, and she might believe that she wasn't involved in Monroe's death. Well, she flat told her. So, like, she looked her in the eye and told her that I did not kill your son. Like, she never told her what happened, but she said I did not kill your son. Like, I had nothing to do with the death of your son. So she didn't tell her.
By Meeks and Lady D's theory on that. We'll see what happens though.
She's a little beefed out. Oh, you still think the lost son's coming back?
The so-called bastard that takes Sea Smoke as mount. Yeah, I think it's going to be Laenor.
Yeah, that table was absolutely beautiful. I don't think there's anybody not impressed by that. Hope they sell many ones. That'd be dope. A little catch
At
up.
least, you know, give me like a little coffee table. It don't even gotta be like the full table.
Rhaenyra's believed her. Yeah, I think Rhaenyra's kind of believed her too. She's a hurt mom, but when she looked her in her eye and told her that I didn't have your son killed,
Yeah.
it had nothing to do with it. I think Rhaenys kind of believed it too.
I honestly am surprised though that they didn't get Uncle C and Auntie Nisi hip to the game. At least by now, I thought that they would have. Those two don't just be going around talking secrets, talking family secrets like that. If you could trust anybody, it's them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a touchy subject, and they needed the lie to prevail. Like if the parents aren't being heartbroken and heart stricken like that, then I mean you can't sell the lie. You definitely need. At that time, they needed to sell it, but now I don't know. It's like take them in a back room.
Yeah, yeah. Let them know what's up.
But then you might lose them anyway for not telling them in the first place, and they'll both probably bounce over to Essos and try to find them.
Nah, I don't think it'll go down like that. But that still would be interesting though, because then they would have some misadventures across the narrow sea. I mean, I'm here following that.
She said, "I am here for it." Yeah, I thought for the Corleys.
Yeah, me too. Cause he sounded like so. He sounded like an actor on Broadway, like projecting his emotion off the stage. And how did this happen in my fucking hall? What? Yeah, that's a dad grieving, but it was something extra about it that just made me think he was in on the plan. But yeah, I guess we were wrong there though.
Well, we needed them to act hurt so they could sell it. Speaking of imagery, for a second time, Rhaenyra gets announced as queen, and for a second time, Rhaenys does not so much as dip her neck to the new queen. Like when they're all inside and Queen Rhaenyra got announced in, everybody like bent and got quiet except for Rhaenys. She just stood there like, I'm not dipping my head to nobody. I could have been you. I was like, God damn. It was kind of funny seeing the new Queen's Guard not quite know their role. Like she's like, you don't need to be right on my heels at every second in every room. Like, step back for a second. Can you just sit back? I like that little thing that they showed, like just showing the newness of it all. Didn't know nobody really knew their role yet. Does it show Rhaenyra being a good and level-headed queen by not rushing into war or like one of indecisiveness? What do you think, Phantom? Is she being too indecisive or is she being a smart queen?
She was being a smart queen. Like, first and foremost, find out who your allies are, because next thing you know, you're going to be roasting up your allies. And two, you're going to be going to war, you're going to be like, wait, I thought this person was, going to be on my side, but in reality, they're on the side of the enemy. Because when she met up with Otto, she assumed X, Y, and Z was, her banner man, and Otto was like, oh, hell no. Freaking the Baratheons on our side, the Lannisters on our side, all these people who sworn oaths to your freaking father back in the day are on our side. And I was like, well, damn. Guess what Damien said about, we got dragons, right?
Yeah, I think I'm on Damon's side. Like, hey, you just got your throne usurped. There's no time for games. We need to get into this. What's up, Jackie C? Welcome back. Great to see you out there. Absolutely, yeah. I'm kind of on Damon's side with this. Like, you're already a woman. They're already looking side-eyeing you. You need to get to work and show them, like, why you should be ahead and be ruling. I don't know. You can't. This is not a time for just diplomacy. It's time for action. No one wants to rule over ash and bones. She said it right. I love getting those words back in it. That was great. She was being smart, but she was a little slow to act, and that contributed to Aemon being in Storm's End. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You got to act quick. I mean, things are happening. They're already sitting on the throne. You've got to be quicker. Fuck the realm.
Like, I mean, it was literally it was only a day though. A day. And she just got out of labor. I mean, get a chick a break.
Yeah, even
she needed a nap, damn it.
No, there's no time for no rest for the wicked. It's time to go. No rest for the weary.
She ain't wicked though.
She's weary though. We got no time. Like, I get it. You are in not a physical state to be doing this, but we got shit to do. Even Corlys was like, so we're not going to war? Exactly. Like, hope is a fool's friend. Like, we ain't got time for hope. We got to act.
Yeah, but her doing that though and playing it that way is what won Rhaenys completely to her side. And she went, and then once she finally got back to Driftmark and she had that talk, Corlys came in, Uncle C, and then we go from there. But I don't know what you're about to bring up, so I'll cut it there. Go
Well, I
ahead.
was just about to say the only thing that really changed her mind, and the only thing she gave a shit about was her grandkids. If it wasn't for those grandkids, I don't think she would have ever switched. She'd been like, "You killed my son. I hate you. We're just staying out of it. We're gonna be Sweden over here." But the fact that the grandchildren were involved and she loves those grandbabies, she's like, "All right."
Oh, but yeah, the girls were already in on it because those portrayals were already made.
Yeah, that was crazy. You start roasting castles, people may not want to stand against you. Burn one high tower to the ground. It could have been all over quick. I agree. I just get it. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you were gonna burn something right away, yeah, I'll go with that pick. The high tower would have been it.
Oh, she's still. That's what I'm saying. We got no time, no rest for the weary. You got to get up and go. It's queen time. Like I know, and that's what I'm saying. She's not in a good physical place, but we got no time. They're sitting on your throne.
I mean, for real, it's a miracle that she's able to even walk into that room and could stand for the coronation.
Sure.
Seriously, give her a few hours, DJ. Damn.
Aaron said we could have their spikes by the moon turn. Let's get it. We got no time for games. Let's do it. Absolutely. Yeah, it was time. Winning Rainey's was the biggest win of the. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
They needed that fleet. Rainey's was persuaded by her caution. Absolutely. Yeah, she was. She said she was the only one with a level head keeping the realm out of war.
Exactly.
They already had lost 1 or 2 days, so Ray did need to move a little faster. See, I'm telling you, it is a miracle she's alive. That birth didn't kill her. So then they hear the signs going up, and they hear there's a fleet ship showing up with a green 3-headed dragon flag. Like, oh no, you didn't. Otto shows up once again on the Bridgeway Dragonstone, and like with a bullshit message. Like he's so lucky Daemon just didn't take his head right then and there. Like the first time he called Queen Rhaenyra's princess, that could have been it right then and there. Treason done.
Bruh.
Go Vaemon on that ass.
Otto need to keep his ass off that bridge. This is the second time you've been on here, sir. And Caraxes came out this time again. You over here talking shit again? Didn't we already go through this? Like, like I was saying when I was on with Heidi earlier, he's a habitual line stepper.
Yeah.
To bring it back to Dave Chappelle. It's a habitual line stepper. He has to be out there clout chasing and letting everybody see how brave he is and blah 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 blah. He's gonna fuck around to find out some point real soon.
He's the hand of the king. I mean, you can't get somebody else to send your messages.
Send an envoy. You know what a messenger is.
Yeah, you need your.
So you can have another repeat of when freaking Daemon just got the shield and just bash it.
I'm saying, just for goodness sake, look.
Iron Throne says it all right there, just short and sweet. Fuck Otto.
Yeah.
That man. Oh.
I'm happy that she literally just like de-hand him and just like freaking tossed that. Like that was really just he was literally just spit in the face of her father. All that freaking Aegon has the freaking crown, the dagger, the throne, he's this and that. I'm just like, dude, please just kill this man already.
Yeah, right there. You can't just keep pulling up into Dragonstone and leaving. Like one of these days you're gonna stay forever.
I wanna go back to something Jackie just put up there because I saw that theory on Twitter earlier too, where she was saying the page that Otto handed Rhaenyra was like supposed to be a coded message from Alicent to Rhaenyra to run.
Think so?
I don't know that Rhaenyra would have actually taken it that way because Rhaenyra don't run from shit. So for Alicent to apply that logic to having her father give her that page as like a reminder of the love they used to have for each other, I don't know, that one doesn't fit with me. Yeah, I know it was about that page was about Nymeria fleeing from a war that she didn't think her people could still win. But this is Rhaenyra Targaryen we're talking about,
and she has dragons.
And she
that
has
would be
dragons.
messed up by the end of this. The blacks do lose, then it's like, damn, we're gonna go back to this part of season 1 and be like, damn, she should have fled.
You should have ran. These colors don't run. Hell no.
Nah.
Oh, he pulled out another pin and just like he carries extra. That would win everything. If he just like
He had
throws it
another one
over,
in
he
his
just
back
pulls it out,
pocket.
puts another one on. That'd have been so sick. Oh, I'd have lost it. That'd have been amazing. That would have been amazing. But did y'all peep Otto moving his head like a person does when they're getting smart? He thought he was big stuff. Oh yeah, he was getting cocky until that dragon started roaring behind him. Absolutely. I mean, I love that little smirk Damon gave as Rhaenyra flew in on Cyrax. Like, call her princess one more again. One more again. Call her. See what happens. I was loving that. And I think maybe the only one looking sharper in their armor than Rhaenys is the Cyrax. Did you see her sporting that golden plates? Ooh, that dragon looked tight. I was like, get it. Rhaenys the queen. You know how much that saddle must have cost? Ooh, that was looking good, though. What were Otto and those guards thinking? Like, getting ready to draw their swords when Rhaenyra started to approach Otto? Like, what are you going to do? You realize there's a fire-breathing dragon right behind you, right? Like, what are you going to do? Put them swords away.
2 whole dragons staring y'all in the face.
Stop it. Just stop it. Acting like you sword out on somebody and do something. I know you didn't. I was just laughing like, stop.
Look, if fuck around and found out was a crowd.
Tell me every one of those guards, like with Otto, didn't shit their small clothes, though, when Damon said, bring me Otto's head, and Syrinx let out that roar. Like, you know they're all like, this is it. Game over.
Like, you all the same guards from episode, what was it, episode 2, was it? If so, they'll have been like, we're not doing this again. Send someone else.
You know what I'm saying? Next time I'm staying home. Like, I'm seasick. I can't go. I'm not doing that again. You're not taking me out there to die. But once again, Rhaenyra keeps a level head and avoids violence, but Damon's ready to get it. Like, he said, we have more dragons. Let's go. Like, who do you think has the right of it, fandom?
Sorry, repeat that?
Do you think Queen Rhaenyra is a little smarter for like trying to stay out of the fight right now and get all her eggs in a row, or like Damon saying we got more dragons, let's get it like right now, let's go?
Yeah, like I said, be strategic, more strategic about it, not just going headstrong.
Rhaenyra's doing it the better way, being smarter about it, trying to keep her head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Damon's right. Rhaenyra wants to keep the peace, but time for talk is over. Like, they've literally already usurped your throne. Does she really think she can have a happy ending with all of that? Like, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Otto is never going to let you have that happily ever after. Like, I don't give a fuck what secret messages she's trying to send. Otto will send over some secret people to kill you because he'd be too afraid of a rebellion uprising. He would have to. So, I don't know. Like I said, time for talk is over. It's time for action. I'd go Morse Day on him. I need some action.
Oh my god!
Oh, just like saying their children will have places of honor next to the king. No, they won't.
They're gonna
As
be
the freaking
hostages.
cupbearer, and I love what Damon said. Oh my!
Bears. Nah. You wanted hostages. You were just trying to make it sound pretty.
Yeah, that's hostages with a painted face on it, just like Theon was. Stop it. Just stop it with that. Damon does need to learn how to hold his tongue a little bit whilst other people are in the room. Like, how is anyone ever going to respect Rhaenyra when they hear him talk to her like that?
Told y'all, Damon don't do well with emotions. And right now, not only did he lose his brother, but he just lost another child. And I get it. I understand. However, Uncle Daddy, you are out of pocket right now. And you need to calm down. You are the king consort, not the king.
Absolutely. Hey, Carl, welcome back. Good to see you guys out there, buddy. Yep, got to fight now. Leaving to go to Dragonstone was a gamble. Move your feet, lose your seat. That's right. You got to go. Like those who hesitate, you know the rest. Otto would have killed those hostages. Otto would have killed everybody. Yeah,
He'd have found a way to do it. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They'd all be dead. Like, we're not having these people up here getting ready to usurp my grandson. You got to go. So yeah, it's never gonna be a happily ever after. Hey, we got a Terra Incognito out there. Welcome.
Hey,
Damon was out with the company in the room, but he was also right. Yeah, exactly. He just needs to bite that tongue a little bit and show a little more respect to the queen while others are around. Absolutely. Oh, Damon's got to work on misplaced aggression. Absolutely, 100%. He's got to hold them emotions in a little bit better. But again, he's not wrong. Like, it is her job as queen to crush rebellion, just like he said. If not her and all her children's heads are going to end up on spikes. Like, have their very own whispers right there in King's Landing if she don't get a move on. So, I don't know. You might want to get up and go. Rhaenyra learns the hard way that Viserys never shared the prophecy with Daemon, so we were all wrong on that one. Daemon didn't know. Or is that why he was so mad? Like, or was it that she wasn't getting on board with the fact that she needed to go to war? Like, he just looked so disgusted with her when he was grabbing her by the throat. Like, he wasn't trying to send a message. He was literally irritated. Like, what do you think about
I
all that?
think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He was just more. Well, I looked at it. One, he was just pissed because she was not on the same page as him. He wanted her like fire and blood right now, and she was not wanting it. What he kind of pretty much saw was his brother being a pacifist. He's like, "What the hell? I don't want another brother right now. I want someone else right now, myself." That was one thing. And two, the whole fire and blood thing, which we all were like debating on whether or not like did he know that prophecy or not. And it seems like he did not know. And it wouldn't really surprise me because King Viserys, like him telling Daemon, it's like, and if he did, it would have been like talking to a wall. Like Daemon doesn't seem like the type of guy who would even care about the, the whole prophecy about the Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, absolutely. What were you gonna say, AK?
I was gonna say I think it's a combination of everything that was going on. Like I said, he's also grieving, and then to find out that there's this huge big thing that he did not know about, that he's probably thinking his brother didn't trust him with, and we know how he feels about how things were going between him and his brother near the end. So it's all of that with his grief, just now losing a child and all of that into one big huge ball of a guy that hates having to actually deal with emotions. So he lashes out again and turns to anger. That's like his MO in handling those things. So it wasn't just him being malicious. He's still out of pocket for doing it, but it wasn't just malicious intent behind it. It's just he just didn't know how to properly process that, and violence is the outlet for him.
If Viserys never shared the prophecy with him, then what was Daemon looking for in all those books that his head was buried in instead of paying attention to Lena?
You gotta wonder. Because I was rethinking that too. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell were you in the library so damn much?
Exactly.
Looking up all these mystic books. It does. See, now it doesn't make sense, and this is why one thing we've talked about previously with Daemon is like, why are they showing him be just this like asshole type figure? He's not. He has a bunch of different layers, and it's kind of unfitting for how they've shown him, but then to put these little twists in to make it seem like he just don't give a fuck about nothing. That's absolutely not the case for Daemon. So what knowledge was he seeking? Why?
They definitely keep you guessing on where Daemon's head's at and what's going on. Like I said, I think he's bipolar. Like, he's all over the place. Absolutely. Oh, he loves his brother, and he never respected him. The same reason he beat the messenger. Yeah, absolutely. That's true. Oh, how to sing to dragons is what he was learning.
How to speed hash a dragon.
I love that. He was learning how to serenade a dragon. Absolutely. Oh, at least he didn't bash her head in with a rock. Yeah, I mean, he got that. Yeah, that's still brutal. He wanted to be like his brother. He wanted the love of his brother. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Was D trying to smack some sense into Rainey? That's what I thought at first, but then he just had that look of disgust in his eyes. I was like, man, like, I mean, it's wartime, not lackey. Right?
I mean, he's in his emotions, and it's not just anger that's manifesting there. I think it's low key jealousy to know that his brother shared such an intimate detail with her and not with him. And never mind, bruh, y'all are still in the same family. You're literally both still set up to rule if you actually play this right. But, Daemon don't do emotions well again.
He was reading blueprints for dragon egg incubators.
Maybe.
I mean, you never know, for real. Although you live on Dragonstone, you don't really need an incubator. Just put the shit down in the depths. It's pretty hot down there.
Carl might have it right. He might have just been looking for knowledge. He may have just been getting his knowledge game up and reading some other stuff that's going to be important.
That's highly true. I mean, it's another hothead in the story that we know that was also a very intelligent dude.
Jackie thinks the same way. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What's Jake Cruz? Jake Cruz is right. What? The writers did him wrong, and I ain't even read the books. Oh, man. Not loving the Daemon?
Yeah. I will absolutely say that. Especially, they like I said, they make it seem like he doesn't care about a whole lot, but they film scenes that show he cares, and they cut those scenes. Like the scene after Lena died with his daughters on the bridge where he's hugging them. That's Damon's true emotion there. Why would you cut that?
Yeah, that's crazy. Just to keep people guessing more, keep them more in the dark about his true feelings. But yeah, that would have been a great scene to show. Damon is a hero to some and the darkest of villains to other. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's what everybody says about him.
Hey, Casey.
Write down a prophecy in a book. Said, yeah, any old body can read, misprint, keep it secret. Yep, keep it on a knife. Keep it etched on a knife that you hold dear. He might be bipolar because he has, yeah, absolutely. Bonded with two dragons.
Bonded with two dragons?
That was crazy. I was like, what are you doing out there? Like,
Could you do that?
You talking about with Vermithor?
Yeah.
I don't think he's bonded with Vermithor. I think he just went down there to, I mean, I don't know if talk is the appropriate word, but I guess maybe just to check on Vermithor, because right now Vermithor is riderless.
Right.
Could a person like bond with two dragons at the same time?
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's possible. So I don't think he was bonding with Vermithor.
But it was
something else was going on there.
I don't know, because Damon's eyes kind of went weird, and then the Vermithor's eyes like seemed to switch over and go weird. Like it was almost like he was bonding with him. So it was kind
Did they?
Welcome, House Lowbridge. Yeah, absolutely. They shined in on it. They brought the camera in tight.
And two, did that ever happen in the books?
No.
No.
So this could be a show thing they could be doing later on then.
See, you know what? Okay, random theory. If that is what's going on, I wouldn't say that he was trying necessarily to bond with Vermithor, but maybe trying to prep Vermithor and put in a few good words for his upcoming stepdaughter that's going to be stepping into the story.
Could a dragon rider just like switch dragons?
No.
Or bond with another dragon?
Why would he switch dragons?
Now,
I'm not saying he would switch dragons. I'm saying he would he's prepping Vermithor for Nettles to come in.
Right. Yeah, for those that haven't read the book, that's what's really going on. But yeah, it's going to be interesting how they do that. They did have the one kid go down and try to ride his mom's dragon when she was down and out. So yeah, I don't want to really speak on it too much. I don't know how they're going to play that out on the show. But yeah, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that didn't work out for him. that didn't work out so well. You should never do that. Never try to ride a dragon that's bonded to someone else.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. It's not. You don't jump on somebody else's Harley. You got to leave that alone.
Not healthy.
I don't think it was a special incubator. Oh, always better to be late than never. Just glad you're here. Welcome.
Absolutely.
I don't like them cutting out Damon's more intimate moments. Yeah, it would have been. We need to kind of see those to bond with him and let us know how he's really feeling on things. I agree.
There's actually they low key gave us the Dorn treatment here because they cut it down to 10 episodes for this season. We were supposed to get a lot more of the relationship between him and Lena across like 3 different episodes that they cut.
Trying to lure him out. Yeah, I think he was just trying to get him a little more tamed, but yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out. Letting him know, like, we need you, and you're about to have a rider. He's like, I've been loving just
like, yo, let me tell you about my baby girl real quick.
He's like, nah, I've been enjoying retirement. Like, well, you guys got to wake me up for?
He's like, look at it. Damon is the dragon siren confirmed.
I mean, that he's not wrong though.
Yeah, see, the eye thing was something. Yeah, they definitely, like I said, they.
Okay, I gotta go back and watch that. You know what? I was tipsy watching this episode. Y'all can see that in my watch along. If you go watch it, me and my cousins were cutting up the whole damn time.
Let's see if you guys think Danny knows that song that Damon was singing. Did she ever learn those lyrics?
No way to know.
How to Serenade a Dragon. Some said he saw Luke's death through Vermont. If he saw Luke's death, why didn't he go get him or try? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's a big reach there.
Pushing them to bond with the dragon. Oh, before they're ready, that would be brutal. So you better go get that dragon, and then the dragon eats them. That would be brutal.
I mean, yeah, that's what I said. That's why he was down there singing. He's softening Vermithor up. So when he brings his stepdaughter in, because they need writers. That's the biggest thing. The Team Black needs writers. So a whole bunch of bastards are about to be introduced next season.
I like that, Carl. Dragons and riders are like birds that mate for life. One or both of them have to die. That's not totally
Yeah.
true because Vagar's had like 4 different riders. I mean, they can
Yeah.
go through different riders. But
And that was after each of the previous riders died. So
That's
yeah, they
true,
can
yeah.
take new mounts, but one of them like has to be dead for that to happen.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they're bonded for life while they're still up. But that just leads me to wonder what's going to happen with Sea Smoke, and Laenor.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
That's why we got that theory. Can't no bastard come and just claim Sea Smoke because Laenor ain't dead.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't believe Sea Smoke didn't go find him or stay with him. I just can't believe he told him to stay and he stayed. That's just wild to me.
Well, Laenor's had more years to train with Sea Smoke, so their bond's a lot stronger than what we'll see later in this episode with Vagar and Arx.
Yeah, in the books it is. I don't know how they're going to do it in the show, but yeah, it's
She does, yeah, but I don't. It's not confirmed that we are going to get Sheep Stealer, and while we have Vermithor here, we might as well go ahead and you use it for something else, because you don't necessarily have to have Sheep Stealer in there.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're going to bring Sheep Stealer into this one. Maybe. But yeah, Sheep Stealer's not in any dragon pit or anything. It's out in the wild, and
it's a wild dragon.
She just goes and brings him a sheep every day until he's like, okay.
Yeah, and I think how did they catch Sheep Stealer? Because Nettles was going to it wasn't to the dragon pit, but wherever they were held is where she was going to. So I think it was at the Dragon Mount that's on Dragonstone. So they had to have caught her at some point in time, and and she was fine staying there.
Or she just, maybe that's where she lived and hung out, and that's where she went and brought the sheep to. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the mountain or what's going on.
Yeah, so, okay, so see, and Jackie's saying Sheep Stealer is on Dragon Mount. So, and yeah, the Dragon Mount is Dragonstone. That's where we saw Daemon singing the Vermithor.
See, I thought he only said that there were the 2 in there. He never said anything about Sheep Stealer, so I don't know how they're going to bring that one into play. But he's just said the other 2 dragons were in there. Rhaenyra said he never told you, did he? And Daemon just lowered his head and walked away. He didn't say one way or another. Like, maybe he was just hoping, like, the myth died with his brother. Like, hearing her speak on it makes it all real again. What do you think about that, Phantom? You think maybe that's the reason why he got so mad at Rhaenyra? Like, he did know about it and he was just hoping it went away with his brother? Or did he really not know about the legend of the Dark Knight to come?
See, I'm still torn about it though. Part of me 8% is like he didn't know, but then that 20% he was like, "Oh, my brother and his prophecy." So it's like, but he could have just been talking about that whole prophecy about like him having like a son or something, because he was always talking about, "Oh, I'm gonna get this son, I'm gonna get my son." I gotta rewatch that scene.
Absolutely. I don't know. Maybe he did know about it and he just thought it was another one of his brother's crazy theories that wasn't really as real, so he didn't take it so seriously. And then he got mad that Rhaenyra did take it so seriously.
But then why was he searching all them books like you asked earlier? If he didn't know at least a little bit. Probably not the whole thing and how deep it was for there, but maybe he's heard a little bit over the years, so he's researching to get his own information. But lo and behold, Rhaenyra got the information without having to even try and search and seek and find and whatnot. So I don't know. We will never know unless they explain it next season.
They should have tried
I mean, that seems to not have worked out for him thoe. So
maybe
we're probably better off not doing that.
We don't know until the next book. It may have worked out better than anybody knows.
I guess I know there's a lot of people think Quentin is still alive. I don't know, man.
You gotta love Iron Showing in his little kid. It's amazing. Absolutely.
He's one of the only trolls I allow to have residence on my lands.
Oh, bring it in. We love it. So hey, we get Corley's waking up, and I love how Rhaenys is just ripping him a new one for abandoning her, all the while like wetting a rag to wipe his brow and take care of him. Like, it's nice to see at least one marriage bonded in love in the show.
He deserved everything she said to him.
Oh, absolutely. She's just ripping his ass, but all the while just taking care of, doting on him. I was like, I love that scene for all of it. Did we notice
that? It was hitting him too.
Oh, of course. And did we notice that little snub Corlys gave Rhaenyra when he first walked into her castle? like, sorry about your father, princess. I was like, no, you did not just walk into my castle and call me princess in front of all my men.
I mean, he didn't bend the knee yet, so it was
See, that's the
warranted.
thing. Not yet. I think no. It's not just him messing with her. It's Uncle C going in there like, okay, you know, I done heard baby girl talk my ear off about what she think you could do. Let me see for myself. So he's going in there right out the gate. He's testing her, and when he finally, you know, gets to the inclinations that okay, you know, the camera pans back when he looks over at Auntie Nisi, and she's sitting there with that look on her face again. Shout out to Eve Best and her face acting this whole season. She's got that smirk on there, you know, her eyes tell it all. Bitch, I told you. When you gonna learn to listen to me, Corliss? And he pledges fealty right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like, you also said it. You said the words. What are you going to do now? Oh, man. That's funny. I think we got the news. I don't know what they're talking about, thinking that Damon got this news any earlier than anybody else. I think he got the news and brought it to Rainey when they heard it. I mean, that's going to be the first people that are going to be told about it. So, yeah, I think he came in, he got the news, and he brought her and told her. So, you know, I don't think he got the news any earlier than anybody else or knew it was coming or had any premonitions. I think he just, once it happened, they told him, and he was the one that told Mom. And includes Sheep Stealer in those count by not by name.
Who are the wild dragons? I know there's Sheep Stealer, Cannibal. Who's the third one?
Silverwing.
Silverwing?
Silverwing and Vermithor were the two.
No. I said the ones that are in the wild.
Oh.
Vermithor and Silverwing are at the Dragon Mount.
And on the mount, yeah.
He said Gray Ghost. And see, yeah, I don't even remember that name. It's been a while since I read the book, though.
Wild Dragon, so hopefully we get them. Yeah, I don't know if they said their name or if they're going to be the same, but yeah, I can't remember exactly which one. Other than Sheep Stealer. Mm-hmm. So they had 3 Wild Dragons: Cannibal, Sheep Stealer, and Grey Ghost, but didn't say their names. Yeah, no Cannibal.
See, I wonder who.
I don't remember Grey Ghost.
If it isn't Nettles that he's prepping Vermithor for, then I wonder why he went down there.
They got to bring Nettles into this. I mean, this story is not the story.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going to. I'm just thinking that if it's to ride Vermithor, then we don't necessarily need to see Sheep Stealer. I mean, I guess it really just depends on their budget of CGI and how many dragons that we're going to finally get.
Food bribery works with me, too. Yeah, absolutely. I know. I can't wait to see. He named 3 riderless and 3 wild. I thought he's 2 riderless and 3 wild, but I'm not sure about that.
Well, I think he was counting Sea Smoke as riderless right now. So it's Vermithor, Silverwing, and Sea Smoke.
Yeah, that's another thing. When we saw those dragons take off, that's coming up. Like, yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. But who was that third one? I have no idea.
Yeah, it was the 3 dragons that took off were Luke, Rhaenys, and Jace.
Yeah.
Jace is headed to Winterfell.
How do we know that was Rhaenys though?
Because she just say that she is gonna.
She said she was. Yeah, she said she was headed over to Shit. What is the place? I forget. She was going to help with somebody's fleet or something that was going on. But it was definitely Rhaenys that left. The Gullet. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah. Because remember when they were making plans, they said that something was going on at the Gullet, and that's when Rainey stepped up, like, I'll go see to that myself.
Oh, so that might, yeah, I did.
And that's when Jace is going to Winterfell, and Luke was on his way to Storm's End.
Right, she was going to patrol the Narrow Sea because they had just taken over that, and Corliss had his men set that.
Yeah.
Up. So she was going to patrol that, but I mean, that's weird that she left at the exact same time. That makes sense. I thought it might be Joffrey. Getting off, and they didn't say where he was going, but they were sending Joffrey off to somewhere as well. That's what I kind of thought.
Yeah, didn't they put Joffrey on a ship?
They don't talk.
No, wait. Doesn't Joffrey die with Rhaenyra, or he gets lost across the Narrow Sea or something or other? One of them gets lost across the Narrow Sea, or they get killed after their dragon is taken down over the Narrow Sea.
Yeah, that's a different one. Drink Lace and Rhaenys. So yeah, Santivia thinks it was Rhaenys as well. It could have been. That is the only other dragon rider they talked about. They actually said something about. So yeah, maybe that was her going to patrol the Narrow Seas. Could have been. In those books, he had found something similar to the dragon binder in the books. Could have been. If only Quentin knew the song. Poor Didn't know the words. Oh, that's
But
good.
how would the dragons know that song though?
Speaking of wondering
Passed down through the years.
why is Rhaenyra acting so new? Like she keeps saying, if the first act of war is to be struck, it won't be by my hand. But first off, like funny play on words because Daemon is probably going to be her hand, so he probably will be the first thing to strike. So I thought that was kind of cool. But secondly, like how many times did Daemon have to tell you the first blow has already been struck? They usurped your throne. They already struck the first blow. It is time for action. You can't just keep sitting back.
Did they do that in the eyes of the realm though? That's why Rhaenys said Rhaenyra is the only one in the whole game right now that is keeping a clear and cool head. Yes, action does need to be taken. Not disputing that at all. But you have to be careful what that action is, because you can't just look at this battle that's about to come up right here and going after revenge and vengeance and all that. You have to make the right move. Like everyone that was mad that Rhaenys didn't hit the Dracarys at the Dragon Pit before she took off on Melee's in episode 9. That would not have worked out as well as everyone thought that it would have. There would have been a whole other set of problems that came in with that.
Just think of it. What just happened? As opposed to they already did their first strike. You literally just crowned a man on the Iron Throne. The people are okay with the man sitting on the Iron Throne. They were not okay with a woman sitting on the Iron Throne. So to them, it's whatever. But at the end of the episode, you see freaking, when rumors start circulating that it was Aemon who freaking killed Luke, they're gonna be like, oh shoot. So when she goes to war, okay, and yeah, that's what it is.
That part.
Her son pretty much started it when he literally killed her son. So it's quote unquote warranted now, as opposed to having Rainy looking mad, oh, X, Y, and Z usurped my throne. I want revenge.
Well, I think everybody would understand it. You don't just take somebody's throne. I don't think anybody would have been like, yeah, I guess you should have just sat back. They'd have been like, oh, shit, somebody took her throne. We go into war. Everybody would have been ready, I think. They know what's at stake. I love what Carl says, though. Rhaenys is always right. She's the only one smart enough to stay out of all this nonsense. The only way to win is not to play. That is amazingly.
Nah, you can't always stay on the sidelines.
Very interesting twist. If you want to stay alive, that's the one way to do it. Absolutely. He's like, yeah, it would be very interesting to us, but we're going to get that on the OG show. You never know. Of course, in the end, Corlys listened to Rhaenys and came through for Rhaenyra, joining Team Black in the dance to come. It's you knew which side he was going to end up on. He's going to do it. But Jace is really trying to step up and be a man this episode. And he is right. Dragons can fly faster than ravens, and they are definitely a lot more convincing.
True, but go send the princes out, sending him messages in times of war. I don't know about that. Because at anything point in time, you can literally be a prisoner or you can die.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would have sent them with at least one guard.
That too.
At the very least,
especially
there
Luke.
was room enough,
when
even
you know
with
how
arcs
Luke
being
fights.
so small, right? Even with arcs being that so small, he could have said, "Yo, this guy's coming with us. Calm yourself." And they strap the dude in, and they both take off. I don't think he should have been out there by himself at all.
That or send Jake to Storm's End.
Or send Jace to Storm's End. And that's what I said last night. If their roles would have been switched, I think it would have worked out a lot better, because Jace keeps his head cooler a lot easier than Luke, and he's quicker thinking on his feet. So he wouldn't have been baited like Aemond baited Luke in the hall before they left.
Because in that dinner scene, you saw how he was quick to act.
Exactly.
So Luke, he was literally just laughing the moment the pig showed up. I'm like, dude, keep your composure at least.
Santavia, an older guard that probably has been a little seasoned and in the game, would have been able to guide Luke a little better while leaving. I don't think Luke should have left Storm's End at all. If he would have asked Baratheon to put him up for a night, he couldn't have said no.
I don't know. You really want to?
He's the crown. He's the crown prince. He stopped them fighting because he didn't want to fight in his hall on his lance.
Right.
If he would have asked for guest right for one night, he would have been fine. Or just stay in the tiny little passage that you found that Vagar's big ass could not fit in, and wait a little bit A
It's
couple of
waiting.
hours
Wait
wouldn't have
for
killed
what?
you.
Who ain't nobody coming for you? You're out there on your own. What are you gonna
Wait
wait
until
for?
Aemon gets bored and goes home, and Aemon would get bored and go home.
Maybe. I don't know. And there's no way he's staying in a freaking castle with somebody that's trying to take his eye out. Like he is there alone and he's ready to get.
Who says Aemon would stay?
Who says Aemon would? Aemon's already there getting ready to marry one of these women. Aemon's become part of this house. Like you are the outsider and you are a little kid. You're not going to stay in this house with somebody saying, I'm going to take your eye for payment. Like he's ready to get the hell out of it. He knows his life's in danger. And I mean, the Baratheon can only yell so much, but he's a prince. If this prince wants to go do something, there's really nothing Baratheon could do, whether it's his house or not. You can't touch royalty. So no, I think
he can't touch him, but he can stop that from happening, which he did.
Unless he was on him 100% of the time. Aemon could have snuck in somewhere and got him. No, there's no way he could stay in that.
Past his guards?
He had to get out of there. I don't know. Like I said, if he wanted to come in, you can't touch royalty, so none of them could really put their hands on him. Like if he wants to come after him, he's going to come after him, and nobody could really stop him. I think he would get the hell out of there.
Here's the thing, like what Lady B is saying, guarantee if Luke stays the night, then Aemon would stay the night. By the time Luke got outside, and honestly, I don't know how that even happened. By the time Luke got outside, Aemon was already gone. Because we looked over and Vhagar was gone. He looked around the courtyard, and he couldn't see Vhagar anyway. You can't hide Vhagar.
Yeah.
So that means that Vhagar was already in the air. Luke could have easily just walked back inside.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he left before Aemon did, and Aemon just ran out to Vhagar, jumped on him, and said, "Let's get it." I don't think he stayed. And like they said, old boy couldn't keep him there. Like you can't keep the prince against his wish, so there's nothing he could really do about it. But yeah, I don't know. That was tight. That was tough. I thought the granddaughter was going to the Vale. Yeah, I kind of thought that might have been Balon Moondancer too, Jake. That third dragon. But I kind of like the Rhaenys answer, going to check out to patrol the narrow seas like they talked about. I like that better.
Honestly, not even switching Luke and Jace's part. When it comes to the Baratheons, they should have sent Rhaenys.
For Baratheon?
Yeah.
Why?
Her mother was Baratheon.
I mean,
that's her cousin she would have been talking to. And granted, they're not on equal terms, but she definitely would not have been in a fight after that with Aemon.
True.
After that fight with Aemon?
No, I said the fight that happened between Aemon and Luke, that would not have happened if Rhaenys had been the one to go to Storm's End.
True. That's true. But I mean, Rhaenys already got, her chair usurped, so maybe they just didn't want to send that. They wanted to send an actual prince. Like, this is a new realm, a new day, and I'm going to take my chair back. I'm not just giving it up like she got passed over. King's Landing relies almost entirely on import sea trade. Yeah, exactly. Without the narrow sea, they would be done. They would be toast. So that was a good plan. I mean, if you want to just sweat them out, it was definitely just take care of all the trade and don't let anybody in or out. Absolutely. Absolutely. The first act of war was the usurping 100%. It had already been done. First blow has been cast already.
It's got to be first blood. Yeah, I agree with what Casey just said.
Oh, Ray just getting her ducks in a row before any action. I mean, yeah, that's smart, but man, you gotta act quicker. Otto killed the loyalist in King's Landing. Probably discretion is better than part
killing
of
killing loyalists is different from actually killing a future prince.
Yeah, holding Rhaenys hostage. Yeah, that was an act of war. Absolutely, the Greens made the first act of war and drew first blood.
Blood had to be shed for it to really be considered that first act of war.
Compressed after prisoner on what the fuck she was doing. Well, he'd already been warned. Like Rhaenys told him that she's the only one keeping her head, so he just wanted to test it for himself, and he got to see.
Yeah.
That's why I said Hightower. The rest of the realm would understand exactly. Just chop off the head, and you got a lot less problems. Like he's the one causing all these problems. Just take him out. Caswell and Beesbury. Yep, that was first blood drawn.
Okay, but again, this is the difference between killing loyalists and killing a crowned prince. I mean, it sucks. You don't want to be classist and put people into different categories, but that's their outlook on that world. So you can't look at it with our eyes all the time. You have to see it how they would see it.
Oh, what's up, Tara? Good to see you out there. She says Rhaenyra can just run off with her family and no one gets hurt, and she's considering it until her son's getting killed. Do you think she was really ever considering that, Phantom, not taking the throne and just running away?
Hell no. She wanted the damn throne.
That's what I'm saying. Shit.
Exactly.
You never thought about running away. She's like, I want to sit that chair. I'm going to do whatever I got to do it. Put my ass on the seat. Oh, the Vals could have kept all the boats, money, castles. Yep, but people are suckers for title and crown. Penny wise and pound foolish. Yep, I agree. 100%. The fact that people at King's Landing cheered is exactly why I didn't feel bad for them when Melee's made her grand entrance.
Yeah.
You know you're rooting for the wrong queen or king at that point. If she is going to do that, then what about the prophecy? And that is, I mean, is she really that much more worried about the prophecy now than she is actually sitting the throne, AK?
More worried about the prophecy
Ice and fire?
over. I don't think so.
I mean, the way she said it, she made it think like she didn't really care about ruling King's Landing. She was worried about the prophecy that Viserys had told her about. But I don't know.
I mean, I think she may have had the prophecy in the back of her mind, yeah. But right now, her throne that she was supposed to sit has been usurped. So no, priority number one is take care of that.
Yeah. And I'm saying that Luke should have had a guard with him. How? His dragon was too small and could barely ride him. It definitely couldn't ride a big ass King's guard in armor with him. So yeah, I don't think that was.
I think
literally
you could have
any
put one more
dragon.
person there.
What's that?
I think you could have put one other person behind Jace.
On that
Arx
dragon?
wasn't extremely big, but I don't think it would have been a thing for him to carry two people.
I think wasn't that even said in the books? Like he's too small. He's just now big enough to ride. Like because oh boy was so young.
I know what they said in the book, but we've seen the visual on what Arx looked like.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could have put another person on there.
I don't know. Kingsguard's pretty big. I mean, it could, like I said, it could rock his little last round. But I don't know if it could. Big Kingsguard and all his armor was getting on that thing. But you never know. I don't know. Uncle Daddy should have gone with Luke. There you go. Get another dragon.
Oh yeah, Aemon definitely would have shut
They
the
were
fuck
spread
up.
out. Uncle Dad. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he had to. I mean,
Yeah, Daemon wasn't going nowhere. He was still there on Dragonstone.
Well, he was supposed to go to the Riverlands and get the Tullys.
He could have stopped that. He could have stopped the Storm's End on the way easily. They ain't that far apart.
Hey, they got a lot to do in a little bit of time. They got to spread out. That's why they had to put these kids on these dragons and get them out there. But yeah, what would a guard do? I don't know. Maybe at least stop the prince from going after him a little better. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's what we said earlier. You know, to guide him a little bit more and not let him get baited into that nonsense.
Or Aemon might have just had second thoughts, knowing there's a Kingsguard right there. Like you're not going to take him or go through him. So maybe they could have not left. Oh man, I think he had to leave Storm's End. Rhaenyra was so proud of her boys and really having no other options, decides to go ahead and let them deliver her messages to her would-be allies, but as envoys, not as warriors. And she even makes them swear it on the Book of the Seven. Like, why that book, fandom? The Targaryens don't even worship the Seven. That'd be like me swearing to Tinkerbell on the Book of Peter Pan.
I mean, Peter Pan's a good movie.
What else would she have used, though?
I don't know, just look her in the eye, swear, I don't know, grab a dragon's egg, swear on that. But I mean, what is the point of swearing on the Book of the Seven? That meant nothing to them. I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. When they left to deliver the messages, there were 3 dragons. We already talked about that. I kind of, like I said, I thought it was either Jeff on Taraxes or Bella on Moondancer. I didn't even think of Rhaenys, but hearing that now, I kind of think it was Rhaenys. Didn't you just know when Daemon was singing in High Valyrian that he was serenading a dragon? Like, good Lord, what a dragon Vermouth is. Like, he looked incredible. Like, Vigor may be bigger, but just barely. Vermithor is like,
yeah, you're right, just barely. I forgot all about Vermithor being there. Vermithor is actually the second oldest, and then it's Melee's.
Yeah, dude, Vermithor is a monster. Oh, he looks so awesome. I loved it. How did all my book readers feel about that? The scenes at Storm's End, though, like we've been talking about it, but I loved it. Like they were shot so much exactly.
Yeah, actually, shit. Let me. Somebody put together that sound clip from the History and Lore where Robert was narrating the fight between Aemond and Luke, and they put it to the scene. They sunk it with the scene.
Oh, nice.
Playing. It was pretty cool. Let me find it and I'll put the link in the chat.
But yeah, just like I said, just the way I read the books is exactly how they shot it. Like I thought they did an amazing job with that.
Yeah.
What's up, chat? Did everybody else agree? Like you like the way they shot Storm's End and everything? I didn't like the actual castle until like they swooped around. I was like, all right, it's like wide more than just big. Like it took up a lot of space. But the actual tower didn't seem as massive as I thought maybe it would. And how sweet was Aemon's sapphire eye, dude? That looks so clean. Oh,
It did look fresh. I'll give him that. He's got a little style with that one.
Oh my god! And we know sapphires come from Tarth, which is where Lord Corlys was recovering. Is there any way that Aemon and Lord Corlys like crossed paths while they were there and made some kind of backroom deal, fandom?
Literally, when I saw that, I was like, maybe,
Like,
maybe.
they may have
No.
something.
No, not at all.
You don't think that's even a thing or could happen?
No. Even if they did cross paths, and Uncle C would not look at his ass like that. Not at all.
Yeah. I guarantee you, if Luke stays for one night, Aemon is definitely staying too. Yeah, exactly. Creeping in that room and taking that eye himself. There is just no way that kid's going to be able to sleep that night. So the guard would write on Eric's too.
If the Lord Baratheon was able to keep them quelled in the Great Hall,
He wasn't, though.
He would have kept guards out there, and Aemon wouldn't have had any authority to tell those guards to move or let him pass. So how would he have been gotten into that room?
Could he take your eye or your balls?
Yeah, I kind of wish they didn't have her say that in the show, did they?
No.
Yeah, they just cut. They should have left that line in.
I was like, Aemon is already gone. Yeah, they knew it was about to be a problem. And in the books, they talked about it. Like, you could hear the screaming of the dragons, like, going out through the night and the rain and the clouds. Like, oh, I just love the way they filmed that. I don't think Eric's was big enough for two. Yeah, I don't think either. I don't think there was any way he could have ridden a guard with him. Baratheon puts him out. I doubt he would have let Luke stay. Baratheon did send him on his dragon. He said go back. Like, he did send him away, so that is true. Baratheon didn't exactly invite him to stay the night. Luke should have left Vagar was like in the parking lot when he pulled up.
I mean, I agree with that though.
He's like, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't be here. Mama would have
went back home like, okay, see, Mom, what had happened? When I got there, what's his name was there with the big dragons. So I thought it was probably best that I just come and tell you that, and then maybe we think about something else.
Really smart, reply the same result, no support. He seems like a dick. Yeah, exactly. Can't even read his own notes. Where's the maester? I love just all that was exactly like it was in the books. I love that.
I wish they would have left his line in the big line where he's like, tell the bitch your mother I won't be summoned to war like a dog. But they didn't have him do that, which is kind of sucky.
Yeah, let him know exactly what side he was on.
Yeah. But then he didn't even support. He said he was going to support the Greens, but he didn't really do shit.
Well, he never said it. His father said it. And that's like, I'm not. Why am I holding to what my dad said? I'm the ruler now, and things done changed around here.
No, that's what I'm saying. His father pledged to Rhaenyra. He said he was going to go ahead and pledge to the Greens, but he never actually sent troops for them.
Really? Interesting. So yeah, you really should just made a U-turn and just like went back.
I mean, we'll see how they play it out for season 2, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how that actually goes.
I don't think Rey really wants the throne. She views it the same way Alicent views her kids as duty. I don't know about that.
Really?
I think she's been screaming for that throne from day one. What's up, Dragon? I see you out there. Oh, we got Carol Funk in the house too. Welcome. Great to see y'all.
Legend.
Glad you made it. Yeah, I think they definitely had the first blood going. Carl says Rhaenyra is no shrinking violet. She wants that throne, and she should. And she would be better than the alternative, and it's hers by law. So she can't help with prophecy if she isn't in power. Absolutely. Nobody else knows about the prophecy, but she does. So, yeah, I was absolutely correct with all that. We should have taken a glass candle. Oh, man.
Live stream his visit.
She definitely wants it. Exactly. She definitely wants that throne. It was the best show. I was so happy with this whole season. Oh, absolutely loving it. You know it.
Me too.
Dragons all the way. Maybe a child guard could have flown with him. Somebody small enough to fit on the dragon with him.
I mean, well, look, go to Flea Bottom, get one of them little kids that's fighting in the mosh pit. At the very least, he would have had his own guard.
That's true, but I mean, the only way to unite them is to be on there, because there's always going to be some that knows that Rhaenyra was supposed to be queen, and it's not going to go too well with them at all. And that was a little dragon that could barely carry a boy. All the other was extremely weight sensitive. Exactly. Dragon riders don't have chaperones, or you learn it from it. That is so right. Yeah, like I said, there's no way you could have put a second person on that last dragon. But does Luke know how to ride Arax with a full-grown man? No, yeah, exactly. No, he does not.
I think he barely knows how to ride Arax. Period.
Yeah, he's young.
It doesn't seem. I mean, and Arax is young, But see, and this is another point we brought up last night. Eric's is young, but I think it's his size shows exactly how much Luke rode with him, because compared to Jace's dragon, they're only a couple years apart in age. Jace's dragon looks, decently normal, still smaller than Vagar and Melee's, obviously. But he looks at least that he's been outside of the confinement of the dragon pit. Aurex doesn't look like he's been used a whole lot at all. Being in the dragon pit is something that stunts their growth. But if you ride out with him, at least more times than not, then by now at this point, because what is he, like 16 or something now? He should absolutely have a bit. Eric should be a lot bigger than he is.
How come he should be bigger?
He should be bigger from not being, well, first of all, he was only at the dragon pit for maybe 9 years or so. You would think maybe because of those 9 years with him being in that confined space, he's not able to grow. That already had like a lasting effect. So even if he is taken out now, he doesn't grow if he's giving any type of outside space. Because that's why Vagar was so big. Vagar and Balerion and Meraxes, they were never kept in a dragon pit. They were free to roam around King's Landing, so they grew to that size. That's why Drogon is bigger than his brothers, because Drogon didn't get locked up beneath the pyramid.
So why create a dragon pit then? Like,
that came along a little later. I think really just for the realm to feel better about it, because there aren't these huge dragons that everyone's afraid of roaming about. So they started training the dragons to be comfortable in the dragon pit, but confined spaces stunt their growth.
In the words of a great man, fuck the realm.
Oh man, Luke knew before he got on there that there was about to be trouble. He tried to get his dragon in check, but sometimes a dragon gonna dragon. God, when they showed that overview and just how much bigger Vagar was, my goodness, it was like those two have no shot of getting through this. Oh my God,
they had two different shots, in my opinion. There are two different key moments that should not have been ignored. When they went through that small passage that Vagar could not fit through. That's one. Hold out for a little bit of safe haven, even if it happens to be a day or two. Eventually, your mom's gonna turn around like, okay, hold the fuck on. This little boy's supposed to be back here by now.
Yeah.
She's gonna send somebody out to go find him. And then that time where I guess they just flew high enough to be out of sensor range, because Aemond and Vagar were both looking around and not seeing them for a couple minutes until he came by with that flyby fireball to the face. And he pissed Vagar off. And Vagar looked at Aemond like, okay, fuck what the hell you talking about? This little boy think I'm playing. He obviously didn't get the memo about me. So now I got to go fuck him up and teach him who the hell I
am. Yeah, I like that, Carl. Plus, I mean, just for the safety and the peace of mind for King's Landing, just a safe place to keep him. But yeah, absolutely. You got to keep
That's why it came about.
Black dragons just seem to get bigger overall. Living on Dragonstone, more of a natural.
Yeah, they're more of a free space to roam. It's like goldfish. If goldfish are kept in tanks, they usually stay pretty small. If you look at goldfish in the ocean, motherfuckers get huge.
Such a beautiful shot up there in the clouds, though, riding your dragon. Like, of course, that's going to be your last moment of life, because as expected, Vagar came through and treated them like an Oreo cookie that had already been done. I was like, oh my God, absolute snack time. Vagar had herself a little DLT without the bread. I was like, my God, that was good.
If I was doing reaction videos, man, oh my gosh, my face when that dragon just ate. I was like, damn, so close, so damn close.
Like a wing and like a half a leg is all that fell out of Vagar's mouth.
And a cape.
I was like, right, and the cape just floating in the wind. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, when Eamon was screaming, "No, no!" I just kept hearing Bill Duke's voice from Menace to Society in my head, like, "You know you fucked up, don't you?
You know you
You
fucked
know you
up.
fucked up,
And
right?
his
You
face,
know you
his
fucked up,
face,
bro."
he knew he fucked up. He was like, oh shit.
Oh,
Is that
And
this
because
Roman
this is
demon?
Eamon being a little piece of shit, habitual line stepper. He wasn't trying to kill him. That was not his goal. He just wanted to be out there and be a damn bully and pull that same bullshit that he pulled at the damn final feast that they had. And he fucked around and found out, and now he's got to go home and explain that shit.
Oh, that
Because
look.
this is where the real war starts.
Yeah, that look on Rhaenyra's face when Daemon told her what happened, like it is about to go down. I don't think she's going to be playing nice anymore.
As Lady D says, there be the dragon. That is the moment the Black Queen was born.
Yeah.
Right there.
You woke the dragon. It's go time now. Oh, what do we think of this episode as a whole, fandom?
I loved it. I really did love it. I can't wait till season 2 just to see. I want to know, Allison's face when she hears what her son has done.
I think she gonna hit him.
It's like throughout the first season, we've seen her interaction with Aegon, and now it's gonna be her and Aemon the moment she hears this, because she was literally hoping that no blood has been shed yet. Maybe nothing's really gonna pop off. But hearing this, nah. Mm-mm.
Oh, it's go time. Absolutely.
Because she literally said like she did not want any of her freaking children to die.
Mm-hmm.
And now that one of them has died,
game on.
Otto's gonna be like, so?
Of
Oh,
course,
Otto.
that's why fuck Otto.
Hope he dies in season 2. Him and
I hope he
Kristen
dies.
Cole.
I hope he dies in season 2, episode 1. Just get his ass the fuck out of here. He been playing with death far too much.
Absolutely. What'd you think of the episode as a whole, AK?
As a whole, I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. This is the only one this season I gave a 10 out of 10. Might be a surprise because I don't often go with that score, but I think they hit all of the beats that needed to be hit. There were a lot of different opinions. Shameless plug. Go check out the convo that we had on Monday night on my channel. Myself, Lady D, JD Dragon was over there. I think Phantom. I think he was in the chat for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Before I got
we
knocked
had
out.
the ladies. Yeah. We had the ladies from 1,000 Eyes and One, Nikki and Tanya, on there with us too. It's a fun time. Pastor Meeks made an appearance. And we got some really good There Be the Dragons from Lady Diligence. So, and Don Willie, Don of Ice and Fire, OG, one of my oldest YouTube friends, came on through. Shout out to the Heights Watch.
Don Willie. Season 2 is an action-packed battle. What's how do you think we're going to start off season 2, AK? Are they going to kill somebody in the first episode? Are we going to have a battle? Are they just going to get it going from jump? Are they going to ease us into it?
I don't think it's going to be a battle. I think it's going to be much like this season with the cold open for that first episode. I think it's going to be the same. We're probably, I would appreciate not getting a theme song. We can keep that. The war has been started. So this season needs to start with one of two things. I mean, I hope both are in the same episode, but to start off, my number one pick would be the retaliation for Luke's death, and that is Blood and Cheese.
Oh, that's so
and then
funny.
right after that, again, skip the theme song. Let's just go straight to Winterfell and see what Jay's talking about with my homie Cregan started.
Yeah.
Cregan is that motherfucker. I can't wait till his ass comes up. Boy, the Hour of the Wolf.
Every time they mention Winterfell or Starks, I'm like, I know them.
Exactly. I know that one.
I mean, Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Also, they could give us a very tame open though, and we start in Old Town with Daron hearing what the hell's going on, and he's been summoned back to King's Landing for safety.
I would love that if they opened up in Winterfell, just bring them Starks back. They should absolutely do that. Cold open up there, kicking it with Cregan, having some mead and talking about we're gonna get it. We don't have dragons, but we got wolves and we are coming. Let's do this.
And I think Rhaenyra actually called it right, sending Jace to Winterfell, because that was actually a surprise for me, because I didn't think Cregan was that young when this was happening. In the books, I thought he was maybe in like his mid to late 20s. But here, Rhaenyra said that he's around the same age as Jace. So he's only maybe like 19 or 20 here when we meet him. So I think that's going to be an interesting dynamic, and they're probably going to get along pretty well.
Absolutely. Oh, I like Jackie C saying, what if Larry's is behind Blood and Cheese? Not that
I have seen that theory. I kind of like it. I kind of like it, especially since we know about his nasty ass fetish of the foots. Maybe he tries to make an even bigger, power play push to get a little bit more out of Alicent than just the toes. And she rebukes him in the name of the Seven, and he don't like it. So he calls in Blood and Cheese and then puts the blame on Daemon. And that's not my theory. That's a theory. I believe I read it first on Twitter. I don't remember who exactly it came from, but it is quite interesting to think about.
Absolutely. Oh man, it has been one hell. What's that?
All for the toes.
All for the toes.
All for the damn toes, man.
Creepy.
Of all things.
Creepy ass. Oh man, it has been a hell of a ride, a hell of a season. Been having an absolute blast, and oh man, it's gonna be a long waiting to get my dragons back. But we're gonna end it off on, of course, a couple trivia questions. See what anybody remembers about this show. If you know these answers, put them in the chat. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. Starting it off, who did Luke say Driftmark should have been passed to?
Vaemond.
Absolutely, Vaemond, getting it started the right way.
Yeah, how old was like a mile.
How old was Rhaenyra when Viserys named her queen?
16?
15 or 16?
Incorrect.
13?
Also incorrect.
14?
12?
Say enough numbers, you're going to get there.
11?
15, 17, 18.
Oh shit, where are we at in the chat? Here we go. You already know Jackie's going to bring it home.
In the book, it was very young. So I'm honestly surprised they made it 14 like that.
The chat knows. We got the invitation.
Well done, chat.
Imagination Realm bringing it home. Jackie C's bringing it home. We got Why So Curious bringing it home. Hey, we got Philly back in the house. Welcome back. You got it right.
Philly.
Welcome.
Yeah, Philly was in my chat on Monday. Shout out to you, man.
1 to 99. That was somewhere.
1 to 99. Of course, Ion would say that.
Are you a DJ in real life? You've got a 10 announcer radio voice now, Pat. Yes, I am. I'm a real
Yes, he is. That's why he's so good at hosting these things.
That's been my only job for as long as I can remember, my whole life. Yep, been a DJ. Absolutely. Oh, man. Keeping it moving. Where was Lord Corley staying while he healed from battle?
Tarth.
Where at? What castle?
Ah, shit. I forget the name of the castle.
Hilton Inn.
You're there. What's up? The chat's got.
Did you say the Hilton Inn?
Hilton Inn.
Philly 64 said it's Phyllis. Okay, I will try to remember that. Phyllis.
Oh, Phyllis.
Okay. Evanfall is what they're saying.
Yes, exactly. House Lorebridge looks like they brought it in first. There you go. Why So Curious right there. Absolutely. You know the Imagination Realm is going to get it. 100%.
Of course. She got all the tea.
Oh, there you go. Absolutely correct. Even fall. What dragon does Jace ride?
Vermax.
Where my dragon riders at? Who knows? There you go. You are absolutely correct. Don't overthink it. It's Vermax. Absolutely correct. Well done, you. See the chat bringing it in. Imagination Realm's got it. Nope, Arax is the other brother.
Jackie, why did you say Cyrax? That's his mama dragon.
That's mommy. Oh, man. What lord did Daemon put on Raven Task? What lord did Daemon put on Raven Task to send out to Raven?
Oh, shit. I forget that dude's name.
That's a little tougher deep dive. Anybody remember that one?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to their names.
Of
course, Imagination gonna get it. Celtigar?
Oh, man.
Or is it pronounced Celtigar? I don't remember how they pronounce it.
It's Celtigar, I believe. I mean, you can say it because George never says it for us, so you don't know it. Like he says,
he said however you pronounce it is how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I've always said Celtigar, but it could be Celtigar. Who knows? But yeah, it's Lord. Anybody know his first name?
Nope.
Oh, that's the question.
Something random as Brian.
Anybody remember what Celtigar's first name is? Lord. Anybody got that?
Artemis? Is that really it? Because that just makes me think of Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah, Imagination Realm, of course, going to bring it in. Yep, Bartimus. 100%. Correct. Lord Bartimus. Oh, extra credit, Imagination Realm. What is Lord Bartimus to Rhaenyra? What's his role in her little small council? Anybody know that one? That's a deep dive. That's kind of from the books. They didn't say anything about it from the show. Hildegar was one of the houses they were sending messages to, I thought. His man was there the whole time, so they've been sending messages, but just to keep his family involved, he's been there since Jump Street. Anybody out there know what he does in the books? What Celtigar is to Rhaenyra? Kind of a deep dive, deep cut.
Master of Whispers. I don't know.
He's master of something. Oh, didn't read the books? I didn't know that. Wow, well, look at you.
Master of Coin.
Oh, look at Phyllis bringing it in. Philly, well done, you. Phyllis in the house. It is absolutely 100% her Master of Coin. Well done. That's a deep dive right there. You got to be a book reader. Nice job, nice job. Who was Queen Rhaenyra's cupbearer?
The youngest girl, I think, Rhaena.
Rhaena, absolutely correct. Well done, you. How many crossbowmen did Daemon say they had?
2,000.
I want to say around 100, but that might be very low.
You are 100% correct. It was 100. They had 100 crossbowmen.
Oh, nice.
Any idea how many knights did he say they had?
Not enough.
Not enough is exactly right. Oh, man, absolutely. Yep, 100. Imagination Room got that one right. And look at, of course, bringing it home again. 30 knights. You are 100% correct. Well done, you. Who did the maester say he sent a raven to the Riverlands? Who did the maester say he sent a raven to in the Riverlands? Basically, who was running House Tully at this time? That's all you need to know there. Yep, 30, correct, Jackie. 30 knights, you got it.
Oh, shit, the damn Sesame Street trio's over there. Grover.
Yeah, there you go, Grover. Bringing it home, the Imagination Realm once again. Tara had that one as well.
Kermit, what was it? Kermit and Elmo or his sons?
Muppet Tullys, yep. All the Muppet names. It's so ridiculous they did it. Grover, Aaron. It's Grover Tully, yes. There we go. Nicely done. Well done, well done. Oh, which dragons did Daemon say dwelled on the Dragon Mount? That's why I was trying to not say their names earlier, obviously.
Silverwing, Vermithor.
How's it? They only said those two. Well done. The other three were in the wild. Good job. Who did Rhaenyra send Jace to treat with on his dragon?
Creed and Stark.
Absolutely. Who else?
Sent them to 2 places? I thought she only sent them to Winterfell.
Nay. I bet the chat knows.
Okay.
Where's the other one? He went to go see Krieg and Stark. Who was the other one he probably stopped to on the way?
Chet saying the errands.
Absolutely, 100%.
Well done.
Lady Aaron. Do we know her first name? Bring it all the way home? You're absolutely correct. It is Lady Aaron up in the Vale.
Emma?
That is not Emma.
No. What's a Vale name?
Oh, don't put a question mark on it. You know Tara is in the house. She's got it. Absolutely. Aaron and Stark.
Jane.
All right. They went to get, but yep, it was Jane. It was Jane. That's not how they spelled it, but we'll give it to you anyway, House. Absolutely. Jane in the house. J-E. Oh. And I think this is last but not least. How was Rhaenyra related to Lady Jane Eyre?
Aren't they cousins?
We'll give that one to you. Absolutely, they are cousins. It was her second cousin. It was her mother's cousin. So that would make it her second cousin.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Plain Jane. Absolutely correct. Oh, it has been an absolute party. So glad so many have come out to kick it with us and break down one of our favorite shows.
Absolutely.
Man, how'd this one rate to you against Game of Thrones fandom, being a show-only watcher?
Like the first season against all 8 seasons?
It's got to start. How you feeling about House of Dragons? I mean, if you look at how you...
do it up against just season 1 of Game of Thrones.
There you go.
Dang, I still would play first season of Game of Thrones. I would say based on nostalgia, though, honestly. Like, I'm still off the nostalgia for the first season of Game of Thrones, though. But I have to hand it to them. The first season of House of a Dragon, It put my faith back in Game of Thrones. Now it did, because after the season 8, I was like, I can't with it. I'm tired with it. I'm done. I don't even want to pick up the book series. But hey, after the House of the Dragon, I'm like, you know what? I might just end up picking up the book series now, or at least the audio, at
You
Oh,
least. You
okay.
should.
know, so
Okay.
I got some faith now in it. So thanks to some dragons now. It wasn't the Lannisters. It was some dragons.
Oh, fucking Lannisters.
Yeah, gotta love them dragons. I told you, dragons where it's at. Oh, what's next for us, man? I've been trying to figure that
We
out.
don't
Back
know.
and forth. I am not 100% sure. We are definitely gonna have to be getting it on. We've been
You
throwing.
can recommend in the comment section or so.
Yeah, actually, once we're done, guys, hit the comment section and let us know like what shows you guys are watching
Which
and
everybody
what
else
you
are
think
watching
we
right
should cover.
now. I have a few shows that I am doing, but yeah, for the main Tuesday thing, I'm really not 100%. I'm kind of kicking eye around the idea of doing the Ring of Power or Murders in the Building. Murders in the Building is just so quirky and fun. Like that might be a
Yes,
fun one
yeah,
to break
that's
down.
one that I have not watched yet, and it's on my list because I've heard nothing but great things about it.
Exactly. It'd be fun to kind of lead that one and see you guys guess on who did what. And I think that might be a fun one to do. So maybe
Yeah,
Murders in
that
the
I think
Building.
that'd be the first one that I hadn't seen that you would have seen the whole thing already.
Yep,
We go
absolutely.
through.
It
Oh,
is.
Jackie says American Horror Story. That would be.
It's not
I
in
think that
horror.
would be a decent endeavor. But there's like we're on what episode? Not episode, but like season 11 of HS
Yeah,
now,
that's too
Jackie.
much. That's way too much. Whew.
I mean, we don't got to start from the beginning. It's an anthology series, so while
True.
everything is connected,
And since we know
that
which the
doesn't
good
mean you have to
seasons
watch it
are,
from the beginning.
and
What'd you say?
we know which the good seasons are.
True, very true.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Definitely we'll keep it going. Make sure you hit that subscribe and hit that bell so you know when we do come back on. And yeah, I'll try to be giving people a heads up what's coming next. But yeah, 100% not sure, but we will definitely be back on next Tuesday. Try to give everybody some kind of notice before that, some way or another. Maybe put out a little thing, just a little promo to let you know where we're going next. But yeah, we're trying to figure that out and get it locked down. We will have it. We'll get it figured out, and we will definitely be back next Tuesday. So I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. And once again, I want to thank everybody for taking this ride with us, and can't wait to see you on the next one. You guys be easy.